BHSS. How is everyone doing? Veronica Berrigan here, bringing you another amazing webinar on this fabulous webinar Wednesday, guys. Right now, you should be seeing my screen here that shows this lovely picture that I took about 8 years ago, or maybe in high school, who knows, right? I need to update my pictures, guys, just the way I tell you guys to do it. Eventually, I got to do it too, right? So welcome, guys. Thank you guys for joining. Your chat has been enabled, which is right here on the side. Please give me a quick holler if you can hear me. And also, you guys can ask me questions here on the side. So your chat is enabled. Please let me know that you can hear me by typing something right there on the side, guys, so I can get started on today's webinar Wednesday. And I do see you guys here as my attendees. So give me a quick holla. Are you guys there, and can you hear me good? Hola, Myron. Awesome, awesome. Glad that you guys can hear me. So if Myron can hear me, that means everyone can hear me, right? Thank you guys for being part of the webinar today. We are going to get into it. I'm going to go over two very exciting things today. We are going to go over our Seller's Advantage and our Engage one-to-one content platform. So let's get started, guys. So I didn't open my windows on purpose so I can show you exactly what to do. One second. I just want to make sure I'm sharing my screen, guys, here. 1 second. And let's look at this here. Screen share. And now you should be seeing my funky screen right there, guys. So let me see your screen sharing. All right, guys. So can you guys see and hear everything now? We should be good, right? All right. So let's get going. You should be seeing some funky screens in the front. I do have my cell phone next to me, guys, if you guys want to text me with any questions, or if for some reason you cannot see what I am sharing here. Okay, so let's get going, guys. So Seller's Advantage and Engage one-to-one. So one of the biggest things as far as publishing things online digitally, one of the biggest hurdles that we have is that we don't have content. We don't know what to post. We get stuck on all of that, right? Well, Engage one-to-one is a tool that's going to help you fix that problem. So I'm going to show you how to use that today, as well as our Seller's Advantage. You guys are going to be very happy with Seller's Advantage because Seller's Advantage is going to get a major upgrade here as of mid-March, which I'm so excited to share with you. But today I'm going to show you how to run reports on Seller's Advantage as well, which is a great tool, guys, for your expireds, for sell by owners, for all of your listing presentations, and for all of those leads you're trying to convert. Let's get going here, guys. So I'm going to go back here just to make sure we don't have any questions. All right, let's see here. All right, so we're good. All right, so let's get going. So you're going to log into your VAC system, and we're going to click first. We're going to get into Engage one-to-one now. Engage one-to-one and Seller's Advantage, guys, it's a part of our Resource Center, which our Resource Center is the national platform where you can find additional tools, databases, marketing materials, marketing templates. I mean, there's so much in there, guys. And today we're just going to go over two things specifically. You can get through the Resource Center as well through your VAC, but it does have its own unique not website, but user and password. So here's a Resource Center right here. So I can click on that. Or like I said, you can go directly to that link yourself. And you should have a password from Gina Ortiz with this information as far as your user and password go. Now we're going in here. This is our main screen, and we'll continue to do some more training on all of these different tools. Guys, there's so much in the Resource Center. There is updates of what's happening nationwide. There's webinars, there's a book club, there's a lot of training and education, cool things that other Berkshire offices are doing throughout the nation. And then this whole section up here, marketing collateral, there's so much, a luxury collection, there's Facebook groups you guys can join. I love those for masterminding. There's also additional tools here that we'll get into a little bit later. But today specifically, let's go ahead and start with our Seller's Advantage. So you're going to go in here and you're going to click on Seller's Advantage right there. And then what you're going to do is it's going to pull this page right here. And what this report is going to give us, it's going to give us buyers that are already looking for a home similar to the one that you are going to be entering here. Why is this crucial and important? Because you can take it to a listing presentation and say, basically, here's the buyers that are already looking for a home like yours as a seller. And when I show you guys a report, there's other strategies that we can use this at your listing presentation. And then I'm going to show you guys how to use this for FSBOs and expireds as well. So you're going to click on Manage My Sellers right here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to create a new report. It does save your reports as you're using them. So that's always a really neat tool. But again, if you're starting brand new, then you're just going to click Create a Report. If anybody has an address that they want me to use, please plug it in the chat area. And what I can do is I can actually do a real live one. So if you guys are working with a seller or buyers or something that you have a property address, feel free to plug it in. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and pick one myself. Okay. So we're right here. And you always want to do the option of with the map, because it's going to give you, it just gives you a little bit more information as well as a better visual. So you're going to keep going to next. And now if you have your customer already in your database, you can just hit look up and it's going to find you everybody who've entered there before. Because remember, the Resource Center actually gives you additional database and mail campaigns and all that good stuff. So here are the ones that I have played with. Most of the time you will not have an address, right? So you'll just plug in the information. Now, if you're working with, let's say you're going to use this for expired marketing or for sale by owners, and you don't have, you can get their first name, last name, and all that stuff from tax records, right? That's no biggie. But if you don't have their email address, you can just input your own. And then this will enable the report to propagate. And of course, as you're talking to them and converting them into a client, you'll start getting more information so that they could get this report strategically. So you're going to start with their information. So I'm going to put Joe Smith. And then I'm going to put an email address. Well, of course, like I just said, they don't have an email address, or I don't have an email address for them because this is a FSBO I'm going after. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an address in here. So I'm going to do something actually in, let's go to an actual listing so we can see what this looks like. I'd love to use our own company listings because now we can see how many buyers are actually looking for that home. You guys are going to love what's going to happen as of March 15 with the way these buyers are going to show up. I can't wait to talk to you guys about that. So let me go pull up a listing. Oh no, I'm going to put up an office listing because those are better. So I'm going to just plug in this address, whatever we find here. Let's pull one up. And by the way, that's how you pull up office. There's a difference between office and company listings. Office is within the Northwest area office. And then, of course, then you have the company, which is all Maricopa and Tucson. Oh, actually, no Tucson. Okay, so let's go with this one. 24208 North 27th Place. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to put 24208 North 27th Place. 08 North 27th Place. Now, if you didn't have an email or if this is a lead that you're going after an expired FSBO, then of course when you're in here, you can click on detail. And then right here, and then you're gonna look at monsoon and you can get their information right here. So there's their seller and we're gonna plug that information in, okay? So 24208 Arizona, and then I need my zip code, which is 85024. So let's see. 85024. Okay, so now we're just gonna go to, there's a contact found there. I'm gonna change this name to Joe Jones, because it pulled up an old one. I don't want it to pull up an old one. I'm gonna do a new one. Okay, if you would have put that name in there, it would have just populated a new report for this person. So then we're gonna hit next, which is right up here. Oops, I'm sorry, the city is required, my bad. So you guys are learning here with me. It's in Phoenix. All right, let's go. So Phoenix. Now, you don't have to necessarily know a specific price, but when I talk to you guys about targeting expires and FSBOs here in the next, when you see the report, it's a great idea for you guys already to have an idea of what this home is worth, so you can be as accurate as possible with your stuff. So with this one particularly, we can just pull it up on the MLS and we know, I'm just gonna plug in 329. It will not take this number into consideration when it brings your report in, but it will try to find similar properties around that price point as well. So yes, if the more accurate you can be, the better, but don't be afraid to be like an appraiser and you have to have a specific number. It will not mess with your numbers if you do that. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit next. Now here, you're gonna tell the system how much around the property would you like the report to pull information on? Because what we're pulling information from buyers who have saved in their portals or who have looked for homes on Yahoo, on Zillow, on Trulia, on all the big websites that are similar to the home that you put in the system. The system will pull information already from the tax records, but you can manipulate the data in this section. Radius search is one of those. If you have let's say you're doing like an acreage type ranch style home, right, with acreage, and you don't have a lot of sales or in that particular community, like Desert Hills or whatever, then maybe I do want to extend my reach out a little bit longer, right? If you want to be very specific within the community and it's one of those like $250,000 home, there's a lot of turn, then if you want to be specific to that community, then you want to narrow down the miles. The only difference is that you're going to get more numbers on, of course, if you extend the radius out, and it's going to look a little bit nicer for the seller or for the person that you're presenting it to, because there's more people. But again, if you also narrow it down, then what it's going to do, it's going to target to that specific community. I've always used the 5 mile ones. I think that gives us enough data. And as I'll show you on the next screen, you'll see what that looks like. Now, modifying the options below will reduce the number of listings displayed in your prospective customers report. So usually most agents will just do the miles and they won't change anything as far as what we're pulling. Because again, it's gonna narrow it down. It's gonna give you less data and you wanna present as much data as possible. So if you wanna if you're an actual listing presentation and the sellers want you to know what to list it at, then I would probably go back here and change these numbers and be more specific. Why? Because let's say that they wanna list this property at 450,000 and you're telling them, hey, I think you should be listed at 400,000 based on sales. You can use this tool as a tool to say, well, here's how many buyers are already looking for a home based on what your home is like at 450,000. And that's where I would change these numbers. And then I would pull another report that says, well, here's also how many buyers looking for a home like yours at 400,000. What does that do for you guys? At 400,000, it's going to populate a lot more data, which is where I would input this information versus, as a lot more buyers versus if at 450 based on their square footage, just because of pricing, right? So now you can use this as a negotiation tool to get the right price because it's going to be reality for the buyer or seller as far as how many people are really looking and based on what price points. So it'll make a little bit more sense as we get to the next screen. So you guys don't have to, I would say do not use this unless you're going to use it for a negotiation tool. So I'm going to do 5 miles and then I'm going to click very easily on create report. So you see like 3 clicks away. So here we are in the report and it's actually populating. So according to this report, prepared for Mr. Robert Fruling, I don't know why I changed that. In this address, 5 miles around the area, just yesterday, we had 165 live searches. I mean, 165 people looked on the internet for a similar home like this one. There was 827 in the last week, 2,198 in the last 31 days, and there were 7 searches saved. That means that there's 7 people that actually really are serious about buying this house. And so when you go down here, it actually gives you a list of similar properties to that comparative. So we have anything from 395 all the way to 389. And then ours was listed at 329, which looks pretty sexy, right? That's another thing. If these numbers are too high and you're trying to present a lower list list price, then that's where you want to go manipulate the numbers and go back to that. So now you can literally walk into a prospective seller with this report and you can say, based on our technology and our data, this is the people that, these are the people that are looking for a home like yours, right? Now, if you wanted to edit something, let me show you how this changes when you're in a listing presentation. I'm gonna go edit, and now I'm gonna change the actual data. So you're trying to get them to list at 329, and I wish we would have written down those numbers so we knew what the buyers and sellers look like. But now if I wanna go in here, and I wanna go next, and here's the search. You can do a map search too, which is really cool, or the radius search. And here, if I go down here, and they want to list, remember it's giving you between 263 and 395 right now. So if you're fighting between 300 and 350, then maybe I'll do 300, 1, 2, 3. Only 350, 1, 2, 3. Or you could do 300 to 300. And that'll give you a report based on that price that you want to get them, right? So this should actually bring down the number of buyers and sellers looking for that home, right? So you can compare apples to apples. Actually, I think it looked exactly the same. So we would have to change it a little bit more. And you know, what they're doing actually is you guys are going to have with the changes that are coming, you're going to have a back-end office that you're going to log in to and use this seller's advantage where you can manipulate the numbers a lot better so that they can not manipulate really. What you're doing is just running different reports based on values and stuff like that. So right now the user interface is not as friendly to do that, but I think that's why, let me try again and do the map search. So you guys can do the map search there. Radius. I can do 350. Let me see what it does with 300 to 350. And then I'm gonna hit create report. Let's see what it does. It still brought up the same. The only thing that it changes actually right now with the system is the properties right here. So the competition. It's gonna bring up only between 300 and 350. Now, when we do upgrade this, and I'll talk to you guys a little about the upgrades, the back end office, what it's going to do is that you're going to be able to now look at these numbers are going to change based on the price that you put into that middle section. It's going to change because if people are going to be, you know, if they're looking at, there's going to be a lot more people looking at properties like that one if it's at a lower price than they would be if it was at a higher price. So you can use this as a negotiation tool to actually get them to list at the price that you're telling them. Now, when you're doing this, the sellers currently with this report, what they're doing, they're gonna ask you, and here's one of the calls to action, listing your home with BHSS ensures your home's exposure to millions of buyers relying on your company to help them find their new home. Now the seller's gonna say, well, do you know who these buyers are? Do you have access to the 7 searches and to the 2198 in the last 31 days? And right now the answer to that is yes. How is that a yes? The answer is if you are marketing on Facebook or Google AdWords, we can easily target these buyers based on their behaviors, based on their location, based even on their income. So yes, because you are trained on doing targeted marketing, right? What's going to change, and you guys are going to love this, as of right after convention, we were going to roll this out March 1st, but what they're doing is they're building a back end, basically office where you can log in, because this is going to be like a contact management system for you guys. It's like a CRM where you're going to be funneling and working with all of your leads there to keep you organized. So what's going to happen effective like around March 15-ish is what we're hoping, we're shooting. Gordon, our COO, is working with the platform, with the company. And by the way, we are the only company in the West nation, in the West that has this this new program that's going to launch in March. What you're going to get is not only are you going to get this information as far as how many people are searching, but you're also going to get the names of the buyers, believe it or not, with the safe searches, with the actual people that have looked recently. You're not going to get in the last week and in the last 31 days. But yesterday and the 7 searches, you're going to get your report that shows all of the buyers that did that. If they're working with an agent, it will show you that as well. So you don't necessarily are going to be like reaching out to those, right? But if they're not working with an agent, which most of them are, and you have a huge opportunity, guys, especially because of the platform that we're building on the back office, to connect with these individuals and to say, hey, I know you've been looking for a home in the area of 27th Place in this subdivision with these many bedrooms based on this price. They're going to give you literally their info is going to be on there. Here's a list of homes that match your criteria. So these are going to be live leads, guys. One of our Berkshire offices has this program in the East. I forget the state, but it's way East. And even their double-ended transactions have increased like close to 38%. Because now, before they even put it on the MLS, their listing, they already have a buyer for it because they have the information of the buyers that are already looking for a home like this one. So this is an incredible tool for you guys, because one of the major things that sellers look for in an agent is if the agent not only one understands who the buyer is of their home, but number two, who can actually get to the buyer and promote their house to that home. This is especially vital and crucial as you get higher and higher up on the price points, guys, because yeah, it might be a lot easier to sell a $250,000 home, but when you talk about $500,000, $800,000, you've got to have a pool of buyers. It's all about relationships and who do you know. So this is going to be huge. Once we launch this should be one of those things that you're doing every single day. You should be running these reports in your area of farming focus so that you have easy access to the buyers that are there. For now, this report is still fantastic for your listing presentations, and you can tell the buyers of what's going to happen, as of mid-March with actually getting contact info. Another way that agents use this report greatly is for expireds. Why? Because expireds are rejects of the market. Their agent basically was not able to sell their home for them. So guess what? They've already raised their hand. There are people that are waiting for the right agent to come and sell their home. I've told you guys, and I've done a webinar on this, that you need to be strategic in your area of farming, in your area of focus, and you need to look at the last 2 years or 3 years of expireds. You guys can do stuff like that where you can get a history report. So let's look at this really quick. I can click on expired, and I can go here, and I can say West Wing. I want to look at all the West Wing expireds. I want to go even the last 3 years. So I'm going to go 14. I'm not close of escrow. I'm sorry, guys. Status change date. 40 expired in the last 3 years for West Wing. I'm going to look at the results. And remember, guys, it's all about focus. So I'm going to look at the detail here, and I'm going to look at the history. So this one looked like it was listed at 242. It couldn't sell. Then they leased it out at 1,400 on May 12th. That's when you should have been calling. And then look at that, exactly almost to the year when it was rented. They listed it again at 2 and sold it at 230. That one is not a good one to call on because obviously it's sold, right? But if you guys would have been there available on May, in between, especially in June when they got it listed, and then you had this amazing report that showed them, hey, I already know who your buyers are. I can find them through my digital marketing. And now, beginning March, not only can I find them through my digital marketing, but I also have their names and the people that are actually looking. This is going to be powerful for you guys. Mark, always our CEO, he finds these tools, and we could have charged you guys as agents to pay for this because that's what other brokerages do. We're not going to do that. Because why? We want you guys to increase the number of transactions that we're rolling it out to you guys for free. So this is huge. I can't tell you how excited I am about it because you're going to have all those buyer informations. So when you go through your MLS and also for your FSBOs, you can use this too. You can say, look, when you're tired of actually trying to sell that house yourself, then guess what? I have these buyers that are ready to work with you. And just let me know because I'm ready to actually bring them to you. Also, you can go to the for sale by owners and look at them and then go look for the buyers. And then you can call them and say, you know what? You can send them that property information without the links or anything like that. And then you can say, call the FSBO and say, I have a buyer for you. Are you willing to pay me 5%, 4%, 6%? And I'll handle both sides of the transaction. Always ask for your 6% first. And then say, you know what? Okay, if you don't want to do the 6%, the lowest I can do is 5%. Now I can do both sides of the transaction. Never do anything under 5%, guys, because it will kill you. But now you have buyers for them. That's what they want. So if you have the buyers, and that's what you're going to give them. This is a perfect example right here of one that I would go after tremendously. This one expired at $249. Obviously, it was probably overpriced. They leased it again, and then they leased it again because these are small numbers. So June 13, 2016, that means the summer of 2017, this property right here, something's going to happen. So you shouldn't wait till summer of 2017 to start doing something. If I was an agent focused in West Wing, I'd already start marketing to them today with this report right here. And it doesn't have to change. You can use the same report every month. Sometimes we get stuck, even if every week. Here's the new amount of people that are looking for a home like yours. Please call me so I can talk to you about my marketing proposal, so I can talk to you about how I'm going to get your home sold. Use the same report over and over and over until you can convert these for sale by owners or these expired. Okay, guys. So please ask me questions before I get into Engage One-to-One. I'm going to open it up to questions, okay? Any questions, guys? I don't think we have questions yet. So I want you guys to please get excited like I am on this tool. It's going to be your breathing, living, online lead generation tool, guys. Hi, Megan. How are you? So good to see you or have you on here. So guys, this is going to be huge. I will keep you posted on when we launch the other platform, which is, again, right after convention, I think is when it's going to happen, March 15th. The thing that we're working on right now, like I said, is the back office. So you guys can log in there and actually plug some numbers in and do stuff like that. Now from here, guys, you can print the report very easily and you can email the report, okay? Now, if you have a problem like me right here, where your picture is not, it's not working, or your address is not right, your phone, all of that stuff, then you could just click on this personal profile and update everything, okay? So it's really easy. You actually just click on it and you upload and you change everything right here. And you can do a bio and do all that good stuff. And I would highly suggest you do that ASAP. Okay, so photos. You can even do calendar from here. There's so much you can do. Okay, guys. So that is our seller's advantage. Now let's go over to Engage One-to-One. So I'm going to go on the dashboard. Oh, that took me right over there. No, take me home. Oh, here's my home here. All right. So now Engage One-to-One. So one of the things that we get stuck on, like I said, guys, is the fact that we don't know what to post as far as content, right? We need ideas. We need fresh stuff to post, right? Well, we have a solution for you guys. And this is called our Engage One-to-One system. You're going to go on the main page and then you're going to click on social media resource. Now let me actually pull up something here that is going to excite you, which is what the system is going to look like. Let's see. Engage One-to-One. All right. Oh, I didn't. I want to show you what the email looks like that you get every day. There we go. All right, so you guys are gonna love this. Webinar Wednesday, let's do that. All right, so here we go, guys. So when you're in the system, you're in here, and then you're gonna click on social media resource, and then it's gonna take you to this page. Now, I've already connected my page. What you guys are gonna see is it's gonna say, welcome to Engage One-to-One. It's gonna give you 3 options. It's gonna tell you Do you want to pay for a virtual assistant? Because they do have virtual assistant pricing where somebody actually posts all this for you. I don't think you need to pay for that, quite honestly, because this is really easy and it should be take 1 day out of your entire week, or you can even streamline it to 1 day of the entire month. Because guys, what we're doing is we're posting content on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Google+. This is not necessarily going to drive online lead generation. This is just part of your business plan. It's only 25% of what you should be doing. But it is your digital report card. It's almost like your digital, people are gonna search you. Are they active? Are they posting stuff that's relevant? Or are they just kind of like floating around? So people are gonna Yelp you. Consumers are gonna check your Facebook profiles and all that great stuff. So it's still part of the gig, but you shouldn't be spending 100% time there. Now, the solution here, guys, is that we have content that's really good that you guys can post on your sites, right? Now, the cool part about this is that you can, what you're gonna do is it's gonna show you the paid subscriptions, but at the very bottom, and it is in smaller words, it's gonna say, get free hot content. That's what you guys wanna sign up for. So just click on where it says, get free hot content. And then what you're gonna do is gonna take you to this page. And at this page, you can connect all your social media pages. So for example, Facebook, I connected my business page to it. You would hit click to add, and you can connect a couple of pages at the same time. Oh, actually, you can only connect one per platform. So if you have multiple fan pages or business pages on Facebook, you have to pick one, guys. You gotta show that commitment level. Now Twitter, all you gotta do is click to add, and then all you gotta do is insert your username and then your password, and it's gonna authorize to connect to it. I'm not gonna connect it today because I don't have my Twitter is not set up for this. I don't post real estate content like you guys do, but really easy to do, guys, like that. LinkedIn, same thing. And what you're gonna do is, again, just put your username, your password, and then allow access, and now it's gonna streamline the posting. And then Google Plus, same thing. You know, just use because I'm signed up here. I'll do this one because I don't post a lot. So I'm just gonna hit allow. And then I don't have pages on Google yet, but if you would have had one, you could have picked it. So I don't have one yet, guys. I don't use Google Plus actually. So you can use as one page per each of the platforms. That's how you connect them. What that means is that now it's gonna go into every hot content that I get. Instead of me having to tell it where to go or what page to go, it's just gonna streamline the process, okay? This right here, upgrade to SMA services, this is what I was telling you about. They're gonna offer you their discount of $149 a month, paid annually. I think it's way too expensive for what you guys are doing. It's easy to streamline this, you guys. I don't think you should pay. I don't think it's worth it. So I just skip that part, okay? So then every day what's gonna happen is that you're gonna get an email with hot content, with information, stuff that you can post. So you can either click on the email or you can click on this, which will give you the hot content for the day. So this is some of the stuff that's fun to read that consumers actually wanna check out. For example, see inside Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell's cozy California home. I know it's California, but it's still, you don't have to post it if you don't like it, by the way. But I think people love to look at the $1 million stuff and, you know, the expensive stuff. So it's also actually pretty cool. Interior design, small condo kitchen reno. From the ground up, home building tips for first-time buyers. Isn't this great? So you can actually click on this. And since the only page that I have connected right now is my Facebook page, then if I would have had my other pages, it would have populated all of the different pages, and I don't even have to go to Facebook, guys. I can schedule it right here. So it looks like I'm very active. So I would say every Monday, you know, that's your marketing Monday. I call them Miraculous Marketing Monday. And then you come into the office and you look at all of our hot content that we just gave you. And then you strategically set up your posts for each day of the week. That way you don't have to jump into Facebook every single day, because guess what happens when you go into Facebook? You get lost in all the stuff that happens in there, and all of a sudden you're not lead generating anymore. So I can actually schedule this to go out to my northwest page area, I'm gonna want it to go at 7:37 a.m. because I am an early riser. And you can even tell it what time, all that. So isn't that great? And I want them to think that. So now what's gonna happen is, oh, please select at least one platform. So you have to do this. So this is what it's gonna look like. And this is the information that it's gonna post. And now, let me see, I want it to post tomorrow. And then I'm gonna hit post and it's gonna do it. Now you can go in here again. And like I said, do the Twitter, the LinkedIn, all of them are gonna pop up right here. And then you can post there. And I would say again, do all of this in 1 hour, 1 day a week, and post on all your platforms. So that's one way to do it, okay? The other way is that you're gonna get, let's see here, an email. Every single day, you're gonna get an email. I think even Saturday and Sunday is what I'm seeing. And this is the same, what I just looked at. It's the hot content for you for the day. And then there's corporate content too, which is really cool, which is generated by actual Berkshire Hathaway. So then as you can see, each of them on the side is gonna say post. And it's gonna open up the screen to this. You have to hit, I haven't done this yet, so I'm gonna hit accept. And then it's gonna take you right to engage one-to-one. And then you're gonna hit Facebook is on. If you had Twitter, so everything else on here, then you could have kept it on. You just keep them all on, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google. And then you're gonna say next. And you can either do it now or you're gonna hit schedule. And I'm gonna hit schedule for the 23rd at 7:40 a.m. Not Eastern. I don't know. Mountain. So then we hit next, and now it's going to post for you there as well. Now, the one thing is that it is taking them to, of course, an outside page. This is why I call this marketing. It's not necessarily going to get them to give you their email or go to your website, but what it's going to do is, again, give you that report card online. It is giving you the option to promote your post. So what that means is that if you want to actually boost it, they do it for you on Facebook. It's for 3 days. It's $15, which typically $5 per day is exactly what Facebook charges anyways. But they will pick the behaviors. They will pick the audience. They will do all of that for you. And you can choose which of these posts you actually want to boost. So it's actually pretty cool. That's why I wouldn't hire them as virtual assistants necessarily. I would just kind of do a la carte and pick as I go. So this is pretty awesome, guys. $15 per day. I'm going to promote that post. You're going to get more. What's going to happen is you're going to get a lot more visibility on your fan page, which is going to increase the number of likes. And then, of course, eventually, they'll eventually be driven to your website. So your Facebook fan page needs to be a combination of this type of content marketing and then a ton of stuff from your additional website, right? I'm going to use Mr. Myron's website as an example because he did a great job. I love how clean his looks, and Myron did this on his guys. So he's a genius. So I'm going to just brag about him. So see how interesting all of this stuff is? So I would it would be a combination of a post a day, of at least a post a day. If you can do more and get strategic on your scheduling, then do 2 to 3. And then I would sprinkle in my website stuff. So now I would get this also, and then I would go to my Facebook page. And I would go to, let's see, my pages. I have about 1,000 pages, so don't be alarmed. No, your pages. And then we're gonna go here. And then I'm gonna now sprinkle my website or my fan page with stuff that's actually gonna drive them to my site. So on here, to schedule a post, you're just gonna go right here and go like this. And there it is. And it's gonna take them right to that URL. So how much is my home worth? So I would then say here, you know, if you're targeting West Wing, then I would say, oops, I'm gonna keep editing. I would say something like West Wing. Do you know what your home is worth? Your Homes work. And now this is gonna actually drive them to your site, right? Versus now driving them outside of your site. So this, you wanna focus on more, take them to your site because right there they can register and they can like give you their info and all that great stuff. And with these, if you're doing these, you can add pictures. So I would add like cool pictures of the actual properties and stuff like that to make it look really nice. And then we can either publish it immediately, or guys, we can also schedule it too. So your strategy should be scheduling a lot of different messages from your website separately, like request mortgage approval. Now I can send them right to that link to get them to request mortgage approval. That's one. And then Property Watch, he has a really good call to actions on here. Myron, you're a rock star. Selling your home. All of these are marketing messages. I could even do home searches up here and drive them there. So you want to do a combination of stuff that's driving them right back to your site. And then you want to do stuff like this, you know, where it's actually going to get them to read cool things, right? Remember, you get this email every single day where you get to decide what it is that you want to put up there. And look at this content, guys. It's not stupid stuff. It's good stuff, you know, interior design, on the ground up, remodel versus renovation, et cetera, et cetera. You can also take these types of articles and you can put them on your website as part of a blog too, and drive them there. That way they're always on your site. It's not going to be unique content where Google is going to give you kudos and raise you higher on the search engines because it's not unique content. You actually took it from somewhere else. But as long as you are publishing the source, at least they're going right to your website. So that would be on your blog component because your website does have that. And then instead of driving them to this page right here, what you're doing, which is the page who wrote it, what you're doing is taking them to your site so you can get them to convert. I hope this is making sense for you guys. Let me see what questions you have before I continue. Where does the search data come from? Very good. Guys, the search data comes from all of the websites, from Yahoo, from Zillow, from Trulia, from Realtor.com. Basically anything, the top ones, and we're gonna get a list of them so you can relay this back to the seller, but it's all the major players and even the MLS. So all of the MLS portals, all of that. And Zillow wasn't incorporated until just 2 months ago. So now they're incorporated. That's the big dog. That's the one we want, quite honestly. Did that answer your question, Megan? And then what other questions do you guys have? Awesome, Megan. Thank you. Okay, what other are you guys as excited as I am about this buyer's advantage or the buyer emails? Yay, I love it too, Megan. So you totally get what I'm talking about, right? So yeah, guys, you guys use it as a marketing tool, but then sprinkle it in with your websites. And guys, you don't have to be on Facebook every day. You can schedule and publish and do all of that stuff. And see how easy that was? It's insanity. So it's not gonna take you a long time. Look at how easy that is. Thank you, your post has been received. It will be sent at the requested date and time. And then one of the things is just remember to look out for your emails that you're gonna get every single day. I love it because there's even pictures, there's stuff, there's so much that you guys can actually use. Look at this, it's insane. So I really do love it myself too. And then wait for until you guys get to see Seller's Advantage in mid-March. Right now, use it for your FSBOs and everything. But wait till you guys see Myron. Myron, I'm just using you as my star child today. But wait till you guys see the information on the buyers. Because of the internet, we're gonna have this platform built on the back end where all your leads, all your people, this is where you should be digging for those leads, guys. You don't have to pay any more extra money. These are buyers that are looking. Yes, they may be looking 6 to 9 months ahead of time, but you have incubation system. This is where your database is gonna be so important, you guys. The little gauge on the articles, what does that indicate? The little gauge on the articles, let's see what that looks like. This guy right here? Oh, good question. I love that. I think it means, I will confirm with Maria, but what it means is actual popularity. I don't know what the 72% means, if that means 72% people opened it, but I think it categorizes them for you. I know for sure it categorizes for you based on what people are reading the most. So that's why we call it hot content. We actually pull together articles that people are reading more and more. I don't know if this means like what the percentage, or if this is a percentage, or but I will find out from Maria Hill exactly what that means. Good question, Megan. You are very, very aware. Any other questions, guys? Okay, then we already answered that. Cool, that's what I was thinking. Yep, yeah, we're on the same page, my friend. Any other questions that we have here, guys? Because those are the two things. I do have a PowerPoint that talks about those. It also is going to talk to you guys about an amazing new product that we are rolling out here also in March. If you guys are familiar with CoreFact, that's a product where it includes mail campaigns as well as driving them to very high converting landing pages. So you're incorporating the traditional mail with landing pages, which is going to get that you're driving them to sites that are going to get you to convert. We, Berkshire, just developed a product that's exactly like CoreFact, but it's extremely discounted, guys. You guys are gonna love it. I'm not gonna go over it today because it takes a while to actually talk on it, but I will send you guys a PowerPoint, because if you're doing mail campaigns, which they still work, guys, what we need to maybe tweak is just where we're driving them to in the message. These are awesome postcards that they're created for you guys. The first 2 months, they're discounted. Typically, this product will cost you like $1.20 per postcard because of all the components and the follow-up that it does for you. But with us, it's only going to be 78 cents per postcard. And then for the first 2 months, you guys get a 50% discount. So out the door, these beautiful postcards that are actually a good size postcard, and that the message is what's your home worth, and you can target it to equity buyers, actually, and I'm sorry, equity sellers or owners in your area. That would be the most strategic thing to do instead of canvassing. And then what it's going to do is it's going to drive them to this amazing landing page, this website that actually it's very clean. All they get to do is look at it and put in their information in there to get their home value. And then even if they don't give you their email, and even if they don't finish the form, then it retargets them with even more ads. So take advantage of it if you guys are doing mail out. So I'll send you guys the PowerPoint, and then if you want any more information on it, just reach out to me and I can explain it to you guys on a one-on-one basis. All right, guys, so that's all I have for you guys tonight. I'm gonna just give it about 20 seconds. Please let me know if you have any other questions. You guys should be extremely excited. You guys should not be spending money on any other tools out there right now, lead generation. Wait till this thing comes out in March. You guys are gonna kill it. In the meantime, you need to start thinking about your strategies. You need to start learning every key player in your area of farming. You need to join me tomorrow at 11 a.m. at the Northwest office so you guys can hear geographical farming in today's age, digital age, as well as the traditional, because these are tools that you're gonna be using to execute. So I hope to see you guys all tomorrow at 11 a.m. at the Northwest office. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Myron. Thank you for all my other watchers here. Oh, I love you guys, Myron and Megan. Why do I love you guys so much? And I thank you guys for coming to the Anthem meeting today. That was awesome. And guys, reach out to me if you guys have any other questions. This is going to be really exciting. There will be a replay so you can watch this over and over. Any other questions? I'm going to give it about 20 seconds. Let's go. It looks like we're good, guys. Okay, happy Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of the evening and get excited, guys, because this is the year to make it happen. Have a great evening, guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.